see if I can. Let's see. All right, so that's that. I wonder if it's a little higher, if that will help. Let's see, would it have to be here? It almost have to be. What happens if I put it here? Then I still cut off my head. What if it's lower? I still cut off my head. What if it's, right, if I'm here, I cut off my head. What if, okay, I'm gonna set this up here. Okay. Hey, ladies. All right, give me just a minute, okay? Let me turn that off. That's annoying. I gotta turn that alarm off.
Okay, looks like my video's on.
Admit. Okay. Hopefully, hey. Hopefully, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. But hopefully, we can get back outside really soon.
That's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm. I'm hoping that we can get outside really soon.
I'll make my face on here.
What? I don't. Somebody, is that Jerry? I don't see your face.
Yes. Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
Somehow you have to join. Okay. Hi. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I'm gonna. What?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, good. I'm good. I'm hanging in there. I'm trying to do a couple things here really quick before we. Can you all? I don't know. Can you all see me?
Yes.
The whole mat? What do you see?
We don't see the whole mat. It needs to be shifted. I mean, to the right, to your right a little bit. To the right. You're right. A little farther.
This
there,
one?
I think. You went too far.
Okay.
Well, go back.
What? Go back?
Yeah, go back to your right.
This way?
Oh.
Shoot, I wish I could see my screen. Okay, hang on. Now what do I see? Oh, you don't see everything. Maybe I need to just go this way.
There. Was it not your right?
It was my right. You were right, but I was trying to. I didn't know the whole tripod needed to be moved over. Okay. All right. I'm going to go pee really fast, okay? Okay. Hold on. I know. But how about everybody start? Why don't you all start while I go do that so you're not just sitting there idle?
No.
Oh, shoot.
You need to move your tripod or your mat back.
Is that good?
No, the other way. A
What?
little farther.
What? Look.
Okay.
Can you see everything
That's
there?
good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. So while we're sitting idle, or while I'm going to the bathroom, I want you all on all fours, okay? And just begin to flow through your cat and cow. Okay, and then you're going to do your hip circles if I'm not back by then. Okay, so it's 5, right, and then hip circles, and I'll be right back. Okay. So where is everybody? Did everybody get all that done?
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay. So go ahead and bring those big toes to touch. Bring your knees as wide as your mat. Place those hips down on your heels and just fold forward and rest in your child's pose. So you rest that forehead on the ground. Those arms on the ground at first, so you can just relax those arms, those elbows, those wrists, the shoulders. Just allow the heart to melt down towards the floor. Allow the belly to melt. And then from here, go ahead and begin to walk those hands and arms over to the right, reaching through the fingertips, getting a nice big stretch down the left side of the body. And then very slowly begin to walk those hands all the way back to center, and then take the left hand over, the right hand over, and just really reach through the fingertips. So remember, the hips are exactly where they are. You're trying to get a nice big stretch down the right side of the body, down that lat, all the way down to the iliac crest, the top of that pelvis. And then very slowly bring everything back to center. Finding your child's pose. Let's take a big deep breath in here. Inhale. And then exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And then exhale. Last one. Inhale. And then exhale. And then slowly inhale, rise, coming up onto all fours. So remember, you want to stack the shoulders right on top of the elbows and those elbows right on top of the wrist. When you look down at your hands, you want your fingers spread nice and wide, and you want your index fingers parallel. The hips stack right on top of those knees. And then go ahead and curl the toes under. Lift the knees up and press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. So in your downward facing dog, just begin by bending the knees back and forth. So bend the left knee, bend the right knee. Creating a little movement in the knees, the hips. You feel that movement in the low back maybe. Notice where you feel the stretch. And as you're finding that movement, begin to melt the heart through the arms. It's almost like you're pressing your chest towards your thighs. And then go ahead and bend both of those knees. Bend them so much that maybe you can get your belly onto the thighs. And kind of hold here in crouching cat. And then slowly begin to straighten those legs. Ooh, nice. Feel that nice big stretch. Up the back of the legs. Now, while you're here, go ahead and shift your hips all the way over to the right. Try to keep those feet flat and feel that nice stretch up. Well, notice where you feel it. I feel it up the back of my leg, even into the side of that right leg. And then slowly shift your weight back to center. And then drop those hips over to the left. I also feel it down the rib cage, into the shoulder and the armpit area. And then slowly shift those hips all the way back to center. Find that downward facing dog. Take a big deep breath in. And then exhale. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And then exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And then exhale. And then slowly look up in between your hands. And then small steps. Walk yourself to the front of your mat into a forward fold. So you can either take opposite elbows here. That might be a lot first thing in the morning. You could just rest your elbows on your thighs and just clasp your hands. Either way, you're kind of relaxing your head and shoulders down towards the ground. And just shift the weight of your body into the balls of your feet. Notice how that changes the stretch up the back of the legs. And then slowly shift your weight into your heels. And then slowly come back to center. And just sway from side to side. Shake your head yes and no. And then very slowly release the fingertips down towards the ground. Inhale, roll yourself up. Nice and slow. 1 vertebrae at a time, bringing that head up last. So find your standing position. So you find your mountain pose. Grounding down through those feet. Arms are nice and strong. And go ahead and inhale those arms up. Bring those hands up overhead. Bring the palms together. And then exhale, lower the hands down in front of the heart as you fold forward, fingertips all the way down towards the ground. Inhale, rise halfway, get the shoulders on the back. You can bring the arms alongside the rib cage here. And then exhale, forward fold, fingertips down towards the ground. Inhale, reverse swan dive or scoop those hands all the way up towards the sky. Once again, bring the palms together, lower the hands down in front of the heart as you fold forward. All the way down towards the ground, fingertips down towards the ground. Inhale, rise halfway. So you're trying to get your belly and your chest, your arms parallel with the ground. And then exhale, forward fold, fingertips down towards the ground again. And then inhale, you can either reverse swan dive or scoop those arms all the way up overhead. And take a small back bend here, pressing the hips forward, lifting up through the sternum, the chest as you reach those arms back and gaze back. Slowly bring the palms together. As you exhale, bring the hands down in front of the heart, fold forward 1 more time. Fingertips down towards the ground. Inhale, rise halfway. And then exhale, forward fold. And then last time, inhale, bring those hands all the way up overhead. Find a small back bend here. Hands can be together or apart. Slowly bring the palms together. And then lower the hands all the way down in front of the heart. From here, we're going to take a big, well, not a huge step. You're going to take a step back with your right foot. So that right foot is going to point sort of at an angle towards the front right corner, and you're going to, well, lunge into the front leg. So we're finding our warrior one, right? So the hands are in front of the chest here. As you press into the outside edge of the back foot, pull the belly button in. You could bring your hands to your hips. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. So hands to your hips, open up. So you can kind of open up to the right, even take your gaze towards the back corner, the back right corner of your mat, and then slowly square everything back up. Okay, and then let's do it again. You're going to open up, gaze back, and then slowly square everything back up. And then one more time, slowly open up, gaze back. Whoa, I'm falling over. And then slowly come back to center, right? So you're in this warrior one stance. You're lunging into the front leg. Pull the belly button in. Bring those hands down by your side. And go and inhale, scoop those arms all the way up towards the sky. Gaze up towards the sky. Imagine you're taking a sort of a small back bend here if you want, kind of like we did in just that standing little back bend. You're lifting up out of the chest. Imagine something's drawing your heart up towards the sky. And then slowly bring the palms together. Lower the hands down in front of your heart. Big deep breath in. And then exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. And then last one, inhale. And then exhale. Bring those hands back down. Inhale, bring those hands up. Finding your crescent, your warrior one. One more time. And then inhale, we're going to exhale, fold forward. Bring the hands back as you bring your chest and belly to the thigh. Inhale, scoop the fingertips down towards the ground. Peel the chest and belly up off the thigh. Find your warrior one. Exhale, fold forward. Pull the belly button in. Chest and belly to thigh. Again, inhale, scoop the fingertips down as you lift them up towards the sky. Peel the chest and belly up off the thigh. And then slowly bring the palms together. Lower the hands down in front of the heart. Bring those hands all the way back down towards the floor. And you're just going to step the right foot in to meet the left. And then you're just folding forward here. So you've stepped your right foot in into a forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Get those shoulders on the back. Exhale, forward fold. Fingertips down towards the ground. Inhale, scoop or swan dive those arms all the way up overhead. Taking a little back bend here. And then slowly bring the palms together. Lower the hands down in front of your heart. And then we're going to step back with our left foot. So you're stepping back with the left foot. It's not as big as warrior two, right? So take that foot back, maybe 2.5, 3 feet. And then once again, ground down through those feet, right? If you feel like you're off balance, you can make your stance as wide as you need just by shimmying that front foot. So lunge into that front leg. Hands are on the hips. Pull the belly button in. Inhale, open to the left. Whoa. This is tough for me today, whatever. Open to the left. Gaze back towards that left corner, right? As you're gazing back, that far corner, diagonal corner. And then exhale, slowly square the hips forward. And then inhale, open up. And then exhale, forward, bringing those hips towards the front of your mat. And then one more inhale, open. And then exhale, bring it all back to center. From here, inhale, scoop those arms up towards the sky. Am I doing the same leg again? No. Okay. Scoop those hands up towards the sky, finding your warrior one. Feel that stretch. in the hip flexor, or notice where you feel the stretch. Maybe you feel it somewhat down the back of the leg. And then slowly bring the palms together. Lower the hands down in front of the heart. Warrior one, big deep breath in. Exhale. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And then exhale. Slowly bring those hands down. Inhale those arms back up. And then exhale, bring the chest and belly to thigh as you scoop the hands back down to where they were. Inhale, scoop the fingertips down towards the floor, lift the heart up, lift those arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, fold. And then one more, inhale up. And exhale, fold. We're doing one more, inhale up. Bring those palms together, lower the hands down in front of your heart all the way down to the ground. To either side of that right foot, use your core, step that left foot in to meet the right. Right into your forward fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, bend the knees, and step your right foot back, step your left foot back. Find your version of plank. Your knees could be lowered down if you want. And ground down through the palms. Lift up out of the shoulders. And then slowly press your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. On your inhale, slowly roll forward. Find your high plank. And then we're going to lower down chaturanga. So just think tricep push-up. You can lower the knees if you need to. Slowly lower your chest all the way down to the ground. And we're going to inhale, come up into Sphinx. So you're coming up onto your forearms and your elbows. Your shoulders. Lift up out of the shoulders. I want you to begin to press the pubic bone in towards the ground. Feel your glutes engage. Now I want you to press the tops of your feet into the ground in Sphinx. And your kneecaps should lift. That's how hard your legs are working. Now I want you to imagine you're pulling your heart through your arms. You're pulling your heart, your chest to the front of your mat or the wall in front of you. Find your breath, big deep breath in. And then exhale. 2 more, inhale. It's a lot harder than you think. And then exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Slowly lower that chest down. Walk your hands back behind your shoulders just a little bit. Elbows squeeze the rib cage. Press yourself up. Curl the toes under and lift those knees up. Find your downward facing dog. Don't forget to breathe here. On your inhale, gaze up in between your hands and let's step the left foot forward. So our left foot comes forward and go ahead and pivot the right toe out to the side. So the right toe is pointing in the opposite direction of the left toe, right? Or not opposite really, but they're different directions. And then go ahead and inhale, windmill your arms all the way up, finding your warrior two. So those arms come out, they're parallel with the ground. You're lunging into the front leg. You're pressing into the outside edge of the right foot. Whoa. You're engaging those legs, engaging your glutes. And your gaze is over the front middle finger. Go ahead and flip those palms up. On your inhale, we're going to straighten the front leg, bring the hands up overhead. And then exhale, sink back down into your warrior two. Now remember, this is going to be as hard as you make it. So the more you engage those muscles to create your own resistance, the more challenging it will be for your body. Inhale up, squeeze. Imagine there's a big exercise ball in between your thighs. And then exhale, sink, moving through mud. And then one more, palms up. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, sink. Your gaze is still over the front middle finger. Find your breath. Find your warrior stance. And then very slowly straighten the front leg. Go ahead and pivot your left toe in towards your right. Bring those hands to your hips, elbows point back towards the wall behind you. Big deep breath in. And then exhale, fold forward halfway. So you're folding forward halfway. Use your core. So fire up those abs, your upper back. And then slowly lower your hands all the way down to the ground and then fold forward, dropping the forehead down towards the ground. Now, you could shift your weight forward. Feel a stretch. You could shift your weight into your heels. Just kind of, tiny little movements. Forward and back. You could shift your hips a little bit to the left. And then back to center and then over to the right. Again, just kind of noticing what you notice in the stretch. And then inhale, rise halfway. Bring your hands back to your hips, elbows point up towards the sky. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then inhale, rise all the way back up. We're going to pivot the right toe away towards the back of our mat, would be the back of our mat, and sink down into our warrior two on the other side. So you're going to bring those arms out. Now you're sinking into that front leg. Arms are nice and strong. Go ahead and flip the palms up. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Bring those hands up overhead. Squeeze the inner thighs. Ooh. Exhale, sink back down into your warrior two. Again, palms up. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, sink back down into your warrior two. One more, palms up. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, sink back down into the warrior two. Remember, your gaze is over the front middle fingers. And if I placed a vase with flowers on the top of each palm, you would be able to hold those up, no problem. That's how strong those muscles are working. That's how strong they're engaged. So imagine you're hugging your skin to your muscles and your muscles to your bones. Finding your breath here, that warrior stance. And then slowly inhale, straighten the front leg. Pivot that right toe forward. And then go ahead with your arms out nice and wide. Big deep breath in. And then exhale, fold forward. You're coming down with a nice flat back. All the way down, hands touch the floor. And then inhale, rise halfway. Bring those hands to your hips. Use your core, elbows point up towards the sky. Inhale, rise all the way up. You're pivoting your left toe forward. Sinking back down into the warrior two stance, those legs. Bring your hands around to either side of the left foot. Pivot onto the ball of the back foot. And then go ahead and step the left foot back, finding your plank. And then slowly lower down chaturanga, elbows in tight. Find that tricep push-up. And then inhale. You can lift up into cobra or upward facing dog. So if you're an upward facing dog, you're lifting those hips up. You're squeezing the glutes like in the Sphinx pose, right? Your kneecaps are lifted. You're still trying to pull your heart through the arms. You're lifting up out of the shoulders. And then exhale, roll over those toes. Find your downward facing dog. On your inhale, gaze up in between those hands and go ahead and step your right foot forward this time. And once again, we're going to pivot into, we're going to do warrior two again. Aren't you excited? So you're going to pivot that left toe open and out to the side and go ahead and windmill those arms up. So we're just going to begin here because we're actually going to move into our triangle pose. I'm going to switch directions. So go ahead and straighten the front leg. Inhale, and then exhale, begin to reach and reach and reach. Reach until you can reach no further. And then slowly drop the right arm down to the inside of that right shin as the left hand comes up towards the sky. So your gaze is somewhere between your big toe and your left hand. Finding your breath here. And then go ahead and inhale, rise all the way up. Pivot that right toe forward. And then pivot the left toe in the other direction. So we're finding triangle the other way. Take a big deep breath in and then exhale, begin to reach. Reach and reach and reach until you can reach no more. And then slowly drop the left arm down as the right arm comes up. So you can gaze down at the left toe or you can gaze up at the right hand in your triangle pose. And then slowly inhale, rise all the way back up. Pivot that left toe forward and then the right toe pivots away again. So we're finding triangle, right? So I want you to reach with the right arm now. I'm going to scoot over. So I want you reaching with the right arm. Inhale the left arm up and then reach the left arm forward. I want you to imagine you have a big ball out there, like a big exercise ball, and you're squeezing the exercise ball. Energetically, you're holding that exercise ball. Get a nice stretch down the left side of the body. And then inhale, bring everything back up. Pivot the right toe forward. Left toe points away, opposite direction. And again, inhale and then exhale, reach. Reach until you can reach no more. Bring that right arm up and over towards the left. Find your exercise, your imaginary exercise ball again, right? So got a lot of engagement down the side body, the obliques. And then slowly inhale, bring everything back up to center. Bring those toes to parallel. Inhale and then exhale, fold forward. Fingertips all the way down towards the ground. So you're going to wide angle forward fold. From here, walk those hands over to the left as you shift your weight. So think side lunge. And then that right toe can point up towards the sky. So you're in this side lunge. You've got your leg extended out to the side. You can point the toe. That right toe, kind of notice how that feels. Lift the heel up. You could circle, make some circles with your big toe in both directions. Just a little movement with your heel on the ground with that ankle. And then very slowly bring everything back to center. Walk those hands back to center. Walk the hands all the way over to the right as you find that side lunge to the right. Left toes point up towards the sky. Feel that nice stretch down the inner thigh, those adductor muscles. Once again, you can point the toe down towards the ground. You can lift it up. You can take some circles with that ankle. Make sure you're going both directions, just slowly getting into the different muscle fibers of the inner thigh and groin. And then slowly bring that toe back up to center. Shift everything back to center here. So the hands are shifted back to center. The hips come back to center. Fold forward. Inhale, rise halfway. Bring those hands back up to your hips. Elbows point up towards the sky. And then slowly rise. Coming all the way back up to standing. Pivot that right toe towards the front of your mat. Sink back down into that warrior two stance. Bring your hands around to either side of your right foot. Pivoting onto the ball of the left foot. Bring the right foot back to meet the left. And then exhale, slowly lower down chaturanga, elbows in tight. Inhale, Sphinx, Cobra, or upward facing dog. So your Cobra would be on the ground, right? The hips press in, maybe the low belly presses into the ground. Still the tops of the feet press into the ground. The kneecaps are slightly lifted, right? Shoulders draw away from the ears. And then make your way up and back, downward facing dog. So from here, let's step our left foot forward. So the left foot is forward, and go ahead and lower down onto the right knee. So you're in this sort of low lunge position, and you can shift your weight to the left and to the right. Maybe take some tiny little circles here. Again, we're creating just those little bit of movement. I know Jerry, it's been a minute, but we had these tiny little subtle movements to just target different muscle fibers. Go ahead and bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot and heel toe that left foot all the way out to the edge of your mat. We're going to find lizard pose. So you could stay here lifted, right? You might already start to feel this in your hip, or you can begin to lower down onto your forearms. So you're out. You can also press the knee away from the body. The bottom of the foot may open up out to the side, right? So just find a comfortable stretch for you. You could lift the back knee up, right? And you're going to get into that right hip flexor a little bit. And even here, you can shift your weight around a little bit, right? And then very slowly, if the right knee is lifted, go ahead and lower the right knee down. Press up onto the palms of your hand. If that knee is out to the side, bring everything back to center. Bring the left hand to the outside of the left foot. Heel toe the left foot back into the center of your mat. Go ahead and lift the back knee up. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Find your plank. And then press up and back, downward facing dog. On your inhale, gaze up in between the hands. Step the right foot forward. So getting into lizard on the other side, go ahead and lower the left knee down. Feel that nice stretch in the front of the left thigh, right there in the hip flexor area. You can find your tiny movements. And then very slowly bring the right hand into the inside of the right foot. Heel toe the right foot away from the body, right there to the edge of your mat. You can stay here. You can drop your knee away. You can lower down onto your forearms. You can lift the back knee up. So you've got some different variations here that you can take. If the knee is up, you could find movement either way. But just get into those hips there. And then if your knee is lifted, go ahead and lower that knee back down. If you're on those forearms, press up onto your palms. Flatten that foot if your foot is open out to the side, and then slowly heel toe the right foot back into the center of your mat. Palms on either side of the right foot. Lift the back knee up. Press your step your right foot back to meet the left. Plank. And then downward facing dog. So one more vinyasa. You don't have to. You could drop down into child's pose. Inhale, roll forward, find the plank. And then exhale, slowly lower down, chaturanga, elbows in tight. Inhale up, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, roll over those toes and press those hips up and back, downward facing dog. And then slowly lower down onto the knees. Cross your legs behind you and roll all the way over onto your bottom. And bring those legs out in front of you. With those knees bent, and just windshield wiper your legs left and right. And then slowly bring the knees back to center. So we're just going to do just our traditional bow pose today. So bring those hands right here behind your hips with your fingertips facing forward. Roll the shoulders or shrug the shoulders up towards your ears and then roll them back and down. So it's like your chest is sticking out, right? We don't want to dump in the upper back there. And then I want you to rock onto the space just behind those sits bones and just come onto your heels here. So you should feel like you're already working. You don't really have to do anything else. And you're already working, right? You feel the low belly engaged to keep you up like this. This is really hard in itself. Let's just lift the right leg up. My feet are flexed right now, but maybe your toes are pointed, whatever. And then go ahead and lift the left leg up. And then let's just lower the right heel down. And then the left heel down. And then this time, let's lift both those legs up. So now both the legs are up. You could bring them together so they touch. They could be maybe parallel, just a little bit away from one another. And then if you want, you can lift those hands up one at a time. Finding your breath. It's like you're reaching your arms towards the front of your mat. Like you're waiting for somebody to just toss you a beautiful, an exercise ball or I don't know, something, right? Your arms are open wide. And then slowly lower the feet down, arms still up. Feel the core still engaged. And then slowly, hug the chest into the knees. And then very slowly, let's extend the right leg out as we bring the left foot in. And go ahead and inhale those arms up towards the sky, grow tall like a tree, and then exhale. So we're coming down with a nice long line here. So I want a nice long line from your tailbone to your fingertips. So maybe get to a diagonal place in your forward fold and then just lower your hands. Keep the chest the same, right? So maybe your hands are right there on your feet. Maybe they touch your ankles or your shins, but try to keep that nice long spine. So big deep breath in, lift your spine up, your chest up just a little bit, and then exhale, sink a little bit deeper into your fold. Again, keeping the nice long spine. And then go ahead and inhale, bring those hands all the way up overhead. Exhale, float those hands down by your side. We'll bring the left leg out as we slide the right foot in. So again, I want your chest pointing towards, in line with your left leg. Go ahead and inhale those arms up. And then exhale, begin to fold forward. Keep that nice long line like you should feel. Like I feel my upper back working here. So it's not the most comfortable forward fold. And then slowly lower the hands down where they land. So maybe it's your foot, maybe it's your shin. And then big deep breath in, lift that chest up a little bit. And then exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, bring those hands up. Exhale, float both those hands down by your side. Extend both those legs out in front of you. Inhale those hands up. Same thing. Exhale, forward fold. Nice long line from your fingertips to your tailbone. And then slowly drop the hands. Maybe towards your big toes. Again, your shins, your ankles. And then inhale, lift that chest up just a little bit. Grow a nice long spine. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper into your fold. So I want you to imagine the fold is coming right there at the thigh crease. You're not rounding through the low back to get that forward fold. And then inhale, bring those hands up overhead. Exhale, float those hands all the way down. And then go ahead and slide those feet in, finding your butterfly pose. And then go ahead and flutter your butterfly wings. While you're fluttering your butterfly wings, drop your head over to the left shoulder. And then go ahead and inhale, lift that head back up to center. Drop your head over to the right shoulder. And then slowly bring your head back up to center. Big deep breath in, exhale. I want you to imagine, okay, so my arms are straight as they hold my feet. Imagine you're pulling your chest through your arms. So again, that folds at the thigh crease, right? You can begin to press the elbows into the thighs, then round through the upper back. So then create the C shape with your back. And then slowly inhale, roll yourself all the way up. Bring your hands to the outside of your knees. Bring those knees together. Windshield wiper the legs again. And then go ahead and slowly lower down all the way onto your back. And hug those knees into your chest. Rock from side to side, small circles on your low back. And then very slowly place both those feet on the ground. Bring those arms out on the floor like the letter T. So the knees are on the ground this time, and just drop your legs over to the right. Getting a little twist here. So it's just a tiny little twist. Then bring your legs back to center. And then drop your legs over to the left. And then slowly bring those knees back to center. So we're going to lift up into bridge. We'll just do it one time, so make it a good one. Bring those hands down by your side. Your thighs are parallel. Your knees are parallel. Everything's parallel. They're hip width distance apart. Go ahead and on your inhale, lift those hips up towards the sky. Clasp the hands underneath the back if it's available to you. You can walk your shoulders underneath your back, sort of shimmy those shoulders underneath your back. Lift those hips up, press the hips up towards the sky. Feel your glutes engage. Feel your hamstrings fire up. Pull the belly button in. Keep lifting the hips up. Keep pressing. Keep breathing. Opening up through those hips, through the front side of the body, right? We're opening up, Kind of like Sphinx, right? We're opening up the hips, the thighs again, just like you do in Sphinx or Cobra or upward facing dog. Just a different angle. And then slowly release your shoulders one at a time. Lower those hips all the way down. Hug those knees into your chest. And then go ahead and place both those feet on the ground, and then take the soles of the feet together and just allow the knees to fall away from one another. You can place your hands wherever's comfortable. And we're doing a little restorative reclined butterfly pose. And then very slowly bring those knees together and go ahead and heel toe the feet away from one another. So just kind of let those knees touch. So this is really good restorative pose to relax your psoas muscle. That's the only muscle that attaches your spine to your legs. Just close your eyes here. And just notice what you see behind your eyes. You know, we all see different things behind our eyes. Maybe you see flashing colors that change shapes. Maybe you see little sparkles or just a dark, maybe black, maybe a little bit of light. Just notice what you notice behind your eyelids. Very slowly heel toe your feet together. Go ahead and extend those legs out in front of you. Extend the arms out behind you. Reach towards the back wall. Point the toes and flex the feet. Really big, long stretch. Whatever feels good here. Big, deep breath in, and then exhale. Hug those knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around those shins. You can lift your chin up in towards your knees. Squeeze yourself into the tightest little ball possible. And then lower that head down. Rock from side to side, small circles on your low back. Taking any final movements you feel your body needs. And then as you're ready, bring those arms down by your side, extend your legs out in front of you. Rest your head on the ground, close your eyes. So see if you can let those toes fall away from one another. Allow your body to sink into stillness. Simply notice what you notice. Maybe you notice the sounds that you hear. Maybe you're more aware of where your body's touching the ground. Maybe you are more aware of the thoughts in your mind. Just notice what you notice. There's no wrong answer. Begin to notice your fingertips and toes. What is the temperature of your fingertips and toes? Notice the air on your fingertips and toes. Do you feel any air? Do you feel just space? And then slowly begin to bring movements into your fingertips and toes. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Maybe take some ankle circles and wrist circles, whatever feels good. And then as you're ready, extend those arms out behind you, reaching towards the back wall again. And then bring those knees into your chest, big hug. And then slowly roll over onto your favorite side. And then very slowly press yourself all the way up to a seated position. So we're seated, crisscross applesauce. Go ahead and just take some shoulder rolls. Get some movement there. Maybe alternate those shoulder rolls. And then let's do a couple neck circles to drop the head down. Slowly roll, roll it over to the right. And then slowly drop the head back behind you as you gaze up towards the sky. If you lift the chin up, you feel a nice stretch, like down the front of the neck, over to the left. And then bring that head all the way back down to center. And then let's go the other direction. Inhale, roll the head over to the left. Drop that head back as you gaze up towards the sky. Bring the head all the way over and then all the way down and around. Inhale, lift that head back up. Bring the hands down by your side, palms facing up. Inhale, arms up, big deep breath in. Exhale, float those hands all the way down by your side. Let's clasp the hands behind the heart one time. Inhale, lift those arms up. Ooh, feel that nice big stretch. And then exhale, lower those hands down. Palms facing up. Inhale, arms up. Bring the palms together. Exhale, lower the hands down in front of the heart. One big deep breath in. Exhale. And then slowly bring the hands up here. Thank you so much for practicing yoga with me this morning, ladies. It is the light and love in me that honors the light and love in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Good to be
welcome.
back.
Yeah, I'm glad to see you. And yeah, like I said, we will hopefully get outside soon.
Okay, good.
You know?
That's good.
All right. Well, listen, I guess I'm getting blown up with all these things, and I have a client in his home at 10:30. So
Good.
yeah.
All right.
So I'll see you guys later. You all have a great day.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks. Bye bye.
Bye.
Friday might be busy.